You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, grown man, business. And listen, you can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in, so let's get right into it. Now listen, I'm not staying long tonight. So salute to everybody that's gonna come in the building. And salute to everybody that's gonna watch this later on. Salute to all the truckers out there. Salute to all the overnight workers. Salute to everybody out there getting to it. Getting to a bag, getting to some money. You understand what I'm saying? You know, you see the title. You see the title. I got a lot of people in my DMs right now. I got a lot of people you know, in the comment section asking GMB TV, why are you getting that CW? Why are you getting that Charleston White? Why are you on his neck? And you know, man, we gonna talk about that real quickly. Like I said, I'm not gonna stay long. I'm not gonna stay long. But you know, look, let me show y'all something real quick before y'all get a chance, man. I wanna talk to the youngsters about having everything you want in life. I wanna talk to the youngsters about having your way. You know what I mean? Now, before we get into CW, man, I just want to, one thing for sure, two things for certain you got to know is that when you 21, between 20 and 30, that is the time you need to be getting to something. You need to be not only chasing a bag, young man, not only chasing the bag, but you need to be finding out your purpose and you need to be following your purpose. You understand me? The sooner you start following your purpose, the sooner you're going to be on your way to wherever you're trying to be. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of us we so preoccupied with women. We so preoccupied with money. We so preoccupied with the streets. We so preoccupied with everything else but the purpose, but your purpose. And then you get 30 years old and you get 35 years old and you get 40 years old, and now you starting to understand and you start looking for your purpose, my G. You start trying to find out what you really here for. And a lot of the times when you do that, it's too late. It's too late. Now this right here is going to segue me into Charleston White because, you know, I'm going to talk about Charleston White for a few minutes. But before I do that, I want to talk to the youngest. I wanted to throw some game out there. Your purpose is key. You ever wonder why you get to go into them clubs with your homies? You and your homies all up in the club, y'all chilling, y'all doing y'all thing, and you get tired. You start yawning. You start thinking to yourself like, man, when we getting up out of here? You start trying to figure out how to get out this. You want to go home. You understand what I'm saying? That's when you start. That's because within you, you're starting to reach for your purpose. And subconsciously, without even knowing, your mental is saying, bruh, this is not my purpose. This is not your purpose to be up in this club with these dudes spending $500 on a bottle that costs $50 in the liquor store. Spending $1,000 on a bottle that costs $100 in the liquor store. This ain't it. You looking around and you seeing the shorty, they dancing, and you thinking to yourself like, man, I'd rather be at the house with this soft robe on, you feel me? Listening to the water, listening to that water spill out. You know what I mean? 5 minutes, 5 feet away from my living room. You gotta get in tune. Don't make these decisions because, you know, you impatient. You 21 years old, you 18 years old, you 25 years old, and you feeling like you ain't where you want to be at. You feeling like you not where you want to be at. So you cling on to a woman or you cling on to the streets or you cling on to jail because you're not even thinking that you're going to live that long. You're not even knowing that you're going to see 80. You don't think you're going to see 60. You know, a lot of us come up like that. And I just wanted to just give that to the youngsters. Listen, you got to have discipline. You got to first have discipline, then you got to find patience. Your blessings is coming, my G. Your blessings is coming. And when your blessings come, you don't want opportunists in the room. Salute the Nip Hustle for that. You don't want opportunists in your room when your opportunity shows itself. When your opportunity presents itself, you don't want opportunity in the room. And even myself, I'm learning that to this day. I'm learning that to this day that, you know, It's opportunists all around. A lot of people didn't think I was gonna make it here, my G. I know it looked good. I know when you look at GMB, when you get to seeing these things that I'm sure, we gonna get into that. But a lot of people didn't think I was gonna make it, man. When I was on the shipyard, a lot of people just thought I was gonna be a shipyard worker for the rest of my life. And when my opportunities and my blessings came, it was a lot of opportunists in my room. And that was a setback for me. That was something that before I came to GMB TV, before I came to y'all with this, I was fighting through and trying to figure out how to get the opportunists out of my room, my G. And how I figured out to do that is to follow your purpose. I started following my purpose. It's different for everybody. For me, I'm just like everybody else. I wanted to touch the money. I wanted to see what the hundreds of thousands felt like. I wanted to see what the rollie on your wrist feels like. I wanted to see what, $60,000 in jewelry around your neck feels like. I wanted to know how it felt to go in Gucci and bust down $10,000 with my daughter. And I did all that. And after you buy the $600 hats, after you buy the $600 hats, after you buy the $500 Givenchy shirts and the $700 Gucci shirts, after you do all of that, what you will realize is that's not it, bro. It's good to feel it. It's good to get a feel of that, but that's not it. Those Givenchy shirts become old news. Those Louis Vuitton scarves become old material, old prints. So just like these celebrities, you're gonna have to keep buying it over and over again to get that feeling, because it's not really your purpose. Once I start following my purpose, it took me out the clubs. Once I started following my purpose, it separated me from a lot of the opportunists that was in the room. You understand me? Once I found my purpose, it separated me away from all the opportunists and allowed me to receive my blessings, my G. To receive my blessings. So that's going to segue, because I'm not going to stay long with y'all. I got something that I'm doing right now. I got something that I'm studying for. I got to go back. I got to get back to studying. But I felt like tapping in with y'all, because I've been seeing everything that's going. I've been dropping these videos, and you know how Charleston White does. You know how CW does, man. He lights the algorithm up. One thing for sure, two things for certain. Charleston White lights up the algorithm. You understand me? Oh yeah, that's my dog Samson right there. That's my homie Samson right there. He ride with me, the White Stallion. Right? But Charleston White lights up the algorithm. But so I'm looking through the comments, I'm looking through the DMs, and you got a lot of people, you got a lot of Charleston White fans, and you got a lot of people speaking their piece, and that's what I do these videos for. I do these videos for the dialogue, to create the conversation. You understand me? So, CW, he spoke out about, T.I.'s kid. Well, who really cares, right? I don't know Tip. I don't know his son. And the things that I do see a little T.I.'s son, Lil King, it's never really impressive. It's always something where it looks like he's crashing out or he's about to go to jail or something, But Charleston White spoke on that. And the angle for me is the character of Charleston White. The reason why I don't rock with the situation, and I'm a side with Tip on this one. I'm a side with Tip the tipster on this one, is because I'm a father. And I wouldn't care if Tip was a tipster. I wouldn't care what the situation is. You don't do no speaking on kids, my G. Now, people say Charleston White is trying to make him do it. Listen, man, let me tell you something. Charleston White has his own son that he should tend to. Charleston White has a Mexican son, a son that's with a Mexican woman that he need to tend to. That he's actually, if you ask me, putting in danger. You understand what I'm saying? He's making his family and his son a target. Somebody should be telling Charleston that, right? So it's no. You don't need Charleston White to get T.I. to do this or get T.I. been giving his game to his sons. In the beginning with this whole Charleston White situation, I was rocking with Charleston White. I dug the message, you know what I'm saying? The whole N-word nation and all of that. I was rocking with that. But what I soon to see, and I seen this a while ago, is that Charleston wants to be a celebrity. The same celebrities that Charleston White speaks down on, the same celebrities that Charleston White has an issue with, he wants to be. He's actually taken the same blueprint that the rappers take and applied it to his own success and used it for his own monetary gain. The rappers talking about killing. Charleston White talks about killing. The rappers talk about drugs. Charleston White talks about drugs. The rappers disrespect the fans. Charleston White disrespects his subs. The rappers, they look down on you if you ain't got a big house. The rappers, they look down on you if you ain't got a big car. Listen to Charleston White. He talks down to anybody who's not living like this. Anybody who's not living like this, when I listen to Charleston White, I laugh because I know he not talking about me. When Charleston White get to telling y'all, man, you ain't never gonna make it. Y'all gonna stay broke. You're living in your mama house. Your walls is yellow. He talking to y'all. When I laugh because I know he not talking to Tip when he talking like that. When he telling y'all ain't gonna make it. When he telling y'all could never be this and y'all could see. That's gonna segue me into a deeper part of this angle. But I don't mind when I don't feel no way when he talks like that. It's because I live a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? I got an old lady. I know what it feels like to run my household. I know what it feels like to be the head of my household, to be the leader of my daughters and my son and my wife. I know what it feels like to go through the ups and downs of marriage. I know what it feels like to come up. I know what it feels like to find your purpose. And I'm a little bit younger than Charleston White. You understand? I don't expect everybody to come the way I'm coming. I don't expect everybody to take my approach. But throwing rocks and hiding your hand, I can't rock with that. And Charleston White is throwing rocks and hiding his hand. Let me give you an example. Charleston will say, you know, all of these foul things about people. And as soon as it's time to be held accountable for the words that you're saying, he turns around and says, it's just the character. Oh, it's just the character for the YouTube algorithm. It's just the character. And when I get off of YouTube, I turn back to who I really am, a community activist. Grown Man Business TV is here to call that BS. Because if you know, like I know, you know that no man is jumping in and out of a character. Let me give you, you know, Ku Klux Klan members, they jump in and out of characters. When they go do their dirt, they throw a mask on and say, hey, that's not me. And when they get done, they take the mask off and they go to work. They go to be a judge or a doctor. You understand me? So if you're not mature enough up here, if you can't see through the smoke and mirrors, then you're going to fall for that whole character thing. The problem is a lot of us is not falling for the character trick, CW. And that's a prime example of what happened in West Dallas. That's why those guys ran down on Charleston White. Maybe they wasn't running down on Charleston White. Maybe they was running down on the character that he portrays on YouTube. But when you run down on him, if it's YouTube or if it's real life, it don't matter. CW will feel that. The real person, the actual man. So you know, making the youngins think that you could get up here and run off at the mouth, running your mouth about whatever you're running your mouth about, and get away with it, that's false advertisement, man. And if a grown man sees another male doing that, he's obligated to check that. I don't respect that. I'ma check that. So that's what I'm doing. When Charleston White does things that I respect, and I give him praise, and I say, yo, I agree with that. With Charleston White, and I can't, I'ma check that. I don't respect that. So I gotta check it. Now let's get deeper into this. Let's get a little deeper into this. Now I already told you, he ain't talking to me. He ain't talking to me, my G. Hey, Samson, is he talking to me? Nah, he ain't. Samson, is he? Hey, Samson, is he talking? All right, never mind. Let me get back to it. Samson, he ain't talking to me, Samson. All right, listen. You got to understand one thing for sure and two things for certain, my G. You can't play a character. Let me give you let me break this down for you. God. Let's talk about the man upstairs, God. He was looking down and he said, you know what? I can't deliver this message from up here in the clouds. I know you, I'm up here in the clouds. I'm living up here in the clouds, and I'm living my life and I'm good. You know, I'm God. But I can't get the message down to the people on earth while I'm up here in these clouds. So I got to send somebody down there to deliver the message. And the person that I'm going to send down there, he has to live amongst the ratchet. He has to live amongst the gangsters. He has to live and walk amongst the prostitutes. That's the only way that they gonna get the message. So CW acting like he's delivering a message to our people, but he's up in that big pretty house. You know, he call it a big pretty house. You can't deliver the message talking down from that big pretty house, Charleston White. Again, you got to be a man, and you got to have that third that pineal got to be open for you to see this, comprehend and digest this, and then deliver it to the people. You understand me? So when big Charleston White came down from that big pretty house and went amongst the people, you see what happened to him, or what almost happened. You see what almost happened when he came down from that big pretty house and went amongst the people. That's because his intentions ain't pure. The message has been perverted. The message has been distorted. In the beginning, you had a message, CW. It was strong. We was rocking with you. Yeah, it was strong. But when you took that message and you got full of pride, and you got full of everything you need, now it's distorted. Now we can't hear the message. You can't walk amongst the ratchet. You can't walk amongst the prostitutes. You can't walk amongst the gangsters. Now let me tell you something. Me personally, because of the energy that I put out, because I'm not ever talking down on none of y'all, on nobody. I'm only gonna give you the game. Now, if the game rubs you the wrong way, the truth don't care who feeling it hurts. The truth will remain the truth, regardless if you like it or not. But I'm gonna give you the message. The reason why we growing the way we growing, the reason why we is continuously growing organically is because the message. I'm able to deliver the message. That's the difference between me and CW. That's the difference. I'm not a celebrity, man. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm not doing this for clout. You understand me? Now, let's go a little deeper into this. I just wanted to break that down for y'all. God can't deliver the message from in the clouds. He had to create Jesus. If we going by the Bible, if we going by the book, Dr. Nate, we all know the book. He had to make flesh and blood be able to walk, not amongst the rich, not amongst the wealthy, but amongst the ratchet, the poor, the prostitutes, the gangsters, the killers. That's how you deliver the message. Now, CW, let's go a little deeper, right? Y'all all know, if you've been rocking with Grown Man Business TV, if you a day one subscriber, if you've been around long enough, I rock with Nipsey Hussle. I learned a lot from Nipsey Hussle from his music, my G, from his intellect. You understand? From the marathon continuing, I learned a lot, and I respect that. If I can learn from a king, a king will recognize another king, and you should be able to learn from another king, and another king can definitely learn from you, even a prince. But CW had a lot to say about Nipsey, and even still, the way he was talking about Nipsey Hussle, the message that I felt he had and he was delivering was so strong, I still kept an open ear to CW. I didn't turn him off just because, you know, he was talking about Nip the way he was talking about Nip. Nah, I didn't do that. You understand me? But what I realized is, talking about Nipsey Hussle, talking about DMX, talking about all of these people that passed away, you know, they died. Regardless if you like them or not, regardless if you rock with their energy, regardless if you rock with their music, disrespecting the dead like that puts out a certain energy that you can't run away from, my G. You can't turn back when you start talking like that, when you start casting those types of spells. I hope y'all can hear me clearly. I hope this is not going over your bridge or under your bridge or over your head or under your bridge. You know what I'm talking about. I hope you can hear me. You understand me? The energy you put out, you can't run from. It has to come 360. It has to come back. That's why you don't ever see me on this app talking or attacking people. You don't ever see me on this app disrespecting the dead or even at any time. You always see me up here articulating myself a certain way. It's not, you know, it got something to do with the algorithm, but even more, it got something to do with the energy that you putting out. Now let's go a little deeper. Let's go a little deeper, right? I'm from 757 Norfolk, Virginia. Oh, the legendary Norfolk, VA. You understand me? And you know, we got legends out the wazoo, my G. We got legends. We got legends that come out that 757. We got legends that come up out that water. And I want to give you a name of a legend that you might know or you might not know. But when you ask Floyd Mayweather, who is in his top 5 boxers of all times, when you ask the greatest boxer to ever live, the greatest record, right? When you ask him who is his top 5 boxers, his #1 boxer is a guy called Sweet Pete Whitaker. You ever heard of Pernell Whitaker? You ever heard of Sweet Pete Whitaker? Huh? He come from Norfolk. He come from 757. That 757 chain I be wearing, he come up out that water, my G. And he passed away recently. You know what I mean? A few years ago. Sweet Pete Whitaker, the legend, passed away. With Ali, yeah, respect. With Ali, respect. I throw Mayweather out there like that because, you know, Ali got beat up before. I ain't never seen Mayweather get beat down before. I ain't never seen Mayweather get knocked out or KO'd or TKO'd. But yeah, you know, salute the Ali and RIP to the great, to the legend. But Sweet Pete Whitaker was a great and was a legend. And I gotta say something, man. If Charleston White was to open his mouth about Sweet Pete Whitaker, the way he talk about Nipsey Hussle, if Charleston White was to open his mouth about Sweet Pete Whitaker, the way he talked about DMX, and then thought that he was gonna walk through Norfolk without 100 goons running down on him and stripping him of everything, he got another thing coming, man. He would have another thing coming. So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But you cannot talk about people, regardless of how you feel about them. And if you do talk about them, then you got to understand and you got to expect the repercussions. Don't get the call in the police crying, he got a gun. Hey, he got a gun on him. Don't get the crying to the police when them boys run down on you. That, you know, we don't respect that over here. We don't respect that over here. You got to stand on business. And I'm going to tell you something about CW. CW done said a lot, man. He done said a lot about a lot of people. He done said a lot about Jewish people. He done said a lot about white people. He done said a lot about rappers. He done said a lot about gangbangers. He done said a lot. So when the time comes that energy reverses itself and comes back full circle, he ain't gonna know where it came from. He ain't gonna know how it happened. Youngsters, again, it's always a message in the glass bottle, man. When you come here to Grown Man Business TV, I'm gonna give it to you real. I'm not gonna hold it back. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I can't sugarcoat these things. When you talk this talk, you casting spells over your life. When you talk this talk, you casting spells over your life. And when it's time for those spells to manifest, don't cry now. Don't get to hollering and screaming and thank you, Lord, and don't get to doing that now. Stand up. Stand on Grown Man Business at all times, my G. At all times. You understand me? So I just wanted to, I'm not even really address, it is what it is. This is content creating. We creating content, baby. You feel me? And I see how CW, man, when you make videos about them and you get them in the algorithm and all that, it makes a lot of people, it triggers a lot of people. It triggers a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all low key, y'all rocking with that. And this is the thing, man. I was rocking with certain parts of it. But I ain't never seen a civilian running a mouth as much as Charleston White get to run in his mouth, my G. I ain't never seen a civilian talk and act and manipulate the way I'm seeing CW talk. So, I mean, what you think come with that? You can't teach the youngins that you can say whatever you want to say without no repercussions, without no consequences and repercussions behind it. I'm sorry, youngsters. I know you've been watching CW. I know he's entertaining. But over here, you got to get the medicine. It's not a lot of fluff over here, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give it to you real like your uncle, man. I'm gonna give it to you real like your pops would, man. I'm gonna give it to you real. You have to be held accountable for everything you say. And you might not be held accountable right now. You might not be held accountable this year. But when it's time for you to be held accountable, you will be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. The law of the universe. The law of the land. Oh, no, I know y'all thought I would. No, I'm not CW. I'm not like CW. When I say the furthest extent of the law, I'm not talking about the judicial system. I'm not talking about the police. I'm not talking about the federal. I'm talking about the law of the land. I'm talking about the law of the universe. Yeah. And when you seen CW out there in West Dallas, when you seen CW out there in West Dallas and you seen how scared he was, you seen how his body was, man, he was shook, man. That man is an old man on disability running off. And then when you run down on him, like 600 Breezy said, you realize he's just an old man, dog. I could literally, I could knock his whole eye out. I could, if he ain't got one of them big guns on him, you could do whatever you want to CW. He need a Dewberry around him, and Dewberry old too. I don't believe, I believe it's a youngster out there that'll put Dewberry right on his back pockets. Period. So, we're not gonna stay on this long, man, because like I said, I got things to do. I got some things. I'll be making some announcements soon, man. But what you gotta understand is it's always constant elevation. Always be elevating yourself. I don't care how much credentials you have. Always be looking for more credentials. I don't care how much money you have. Always be looking and scheming and watching on how to make more. So I'm doing just that. I'm doing just that. I'm grinding hard, baby. Yeah. And this next credential right here is gonna be a good one. It's a big one. Oh, it's big money in this. Oh, whew. I'm telling you. Shout out to the Game Spitter, man. Shout out to Game Spitter. You know what I'm saying? I always like Game Spitter content. I always rock, with his content. And I like how he being at 18-wheeler getting it in. Oh, we about to buy one of those. I'm literally about to buy 18-wheeler. Cash out. That's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother story. You understand me? Look, man, don't get caught up by the smoke in the mirrors. You understand me? Don't get caught up by the smoke in the mirrors. Let me show you. Look, I ain't even gonna show y'all. It is what it is. I do what I want to do. You hear it, though. I'm in my backyard right now. You feel me? Let me show you. Look, let me show you. Look at this. Oh, look, I just put my feet in some water. Put my feet in that water. You feel me? Don't trip. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't trip. You can have whatever you want. If you want it, you can have it, baby. Understand me? Don't trip. This big ass pretty house. Big pretty house. Yeah. Yeah. Reevaluate who you taking in with that content, my G. Cause when CW is talking, he ain't talking to me. What are the only reasons I could rock with his content? Cause if I was in one of them little apartments somewhere, you understand me, I wouldn't be able to watch him. You ain't gonna get that over here at Grown Man Business TV. You only gonna get the real. You only gonna get the real, my G. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody that's tapped in. You know, we approaching 13,000 subscribers right now. We doing pretty good. You know, you hear that? Yeah, the ancestors. They know when I'm on. They know when I'm on one. I hear you. Yeah, they know when I'm on one. But, you know, yeah, you got the, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be at all times, my G. At all times. The energy is real. The energy is gonna do nothing but circulate the globe. It's gonna travel and circle the globe 1,000 times, and then it's gonna come back to you. And it's gonna come back to you. And when it come back to you, man, don't hide in the back of a gas station. Don't stand over there with an 18-wheeler in the back of the gas station with a fence at, talking about, screaming at, don't do all that. Face it. Stand on it. Do everything you said you was gonna do if somebody ran down on you. Huh? It ain't look like that out there in West Dallas, man. It was a whole bunch of police officers and a whole bunch of crime and a whole bunch of extras. Huh? Yeah. So, you know, we're not gonna play games. We're not gonna play police games, and we're not gonna play games with the extras. Ain't nobody doing it like this on YouTube. Ain't nobody talking like this on YouTube. Ain't nobody showing and proving like this on YouTube. Everybody fighting for the fame. Everybody fighting for the celebrity. And I'm just here giving up the game. Yeah, I don't want to be a celebrity. I don't want the fame. I don't need it. I don't need it, cuz. You feel me? So, again, man, normally normally I stay with y'all for an hour of power. But I gotta get back to studying. You know, I'm up late night studying, man. I got a test I gotta take tomorrow. That'll be the second. You know, once I get that, I'm almost there. You feel me? And then once I get my hands on what I'm getting my hands on, I'm gonna bring it to y'all. I'm gonna bring it straight to y'all like I always do, and we gonna chop game about it. You understand? I'm not getting a haircut. I'm not doing nothing until I lock in on what I got locked in, and I got 2 more weeks. After this week, I have 2 more weeks of training, and I'm gonna let y'all know exactly what's going down. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Salute to my dog, Aboriginal. Aboriginal, what is Aboriginal? Hold on, let me check you, my dog. I don't wanna get your name. Salute to my dog, Aboriginal man. You know what I mean? Salute. King Trail, salute. Salute to all my day ones that be in the building all the time. Salute to everybody in the comments. Salute to everybody in the DMs. You know, I just felt the need, and I really wanted to get some context, behind the whole CW situation. Or you know, I'm on his neck, dog. I'm on his neck. Go get on stage. Go. I wanted to say this too. You know, that CW that was in West Dallas didn't look like the CW that get 10,000 a show. I mean, if you want to get, I mean, I don't know. It ain't no hate, you know what I'm saying? But It ain't look like I thought it was gonna look. It wasn't hitting like I thought it was gonna hit, my G. You feel me? Um, don't ever let the smoke and mirrors blind you, man. Yeah, salute. Don't ever let somebody paint a picture to make you think they more richer or they more this or that. Don't ever let somebody paint that facade for you without knowing the full story of it, without knowing the full background. Understand me? So listen, man, I didn't get up here to stay long with y'all. Normally when I get up here with y'all, I'm well prepared and I'm ready to go an hour or two. But again, I just tapped in just to tap out. So you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, grown man, business. Listen, you can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. Know what I suggest? And I suggest you tap in. Gang.